Hey my dear YouTubers, welcome back to Nazareto's channel. It's been a while, and in today's episode I'm just rotating my tires, doing the crisscross pattern, and I'm gonna look over these tires, see how they held up, almost like 26,000 miles or so. So let me show you what I'm doing. So I already removed the right rear, and also the reason why I'm looking into rotating tires, because I'm having a humming noise from this right rear side, so I suspect it could be a wheel bearing. But anyway, I took off the wheels, the tires, and I have 46,000 miles right now in my car. These Kumo held out for 2 years. They've been very good. There are no dry rotting on these. The pattern is still very nice and deep. So these Krugen holding up pretty good. As you see here, tires are not dry rotten, how they say. They're holding up pretty good so far. All right. Also the thread is amazing, very deep grooves. So I rotate these tires every about, I don't know, about 10, close to 10,000 or something like that. And these are good tires. They held up pretty well. All I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna install it. And I wanna drive around and maybe show you, maybe you can hear the sound that's humming from the back. And I suspect it's my wheel bearing. So just in case, I already ordered it. I'm gonna pick it up today, but for meantime I'm checking the tires. Also, great idea, once you're doing this job rotating tires, check your rotors, make sure this is not hot, make sure there are no grooves, you know, feel it with your finger. Same thing on the back, kind of feel it, there are no grooves. So these rotors are good. 46,800 miles this. And the brakes, original brakes, as you see right there, I'm like 30% left. I don't know if you can see it. This is the brake pad, and you can also look through this tiny window here. I'm like down to 30% or so. Still have like 30, yeah, something like that. Yeah, original Toyota brake pads, 46,000 miles. I'm about down to like 30%. There's this much left on the brake pads. And I don't feel any pulsation when I'm driving, nothing. So I'm keeping them. I'm gonna change them later. Look at this one, with this tire. Looks good. Very nice thick thread. Still says Krugen here. Very good condition. Been driving for 2 years. And look at this side. As you see, these tires are still holding up pretty good. Yep. So what I'm doing, I'm just doing crisscross pattern. Right rear going to the left front, and the left rear going to the front on the right. That's what I'm doing. At the same time, I'm going to see if the sound is gone or not. I put the right rear tire, put it on the front left. And I'm using this tool here. This is Milwaukee tool. It's very powerful, but I don't recommend using this. It's too powerful. Make sure you switch it to 1. Nice and easy. Also, check your torque with a torque wrench. This Milwaukee power tool can just destroy your bolts. It's super powerful. Make sure there's a setting on number 1. And 2 more bolts. And you see how I lifted this car? I have my regular jack stand, and I have this tripod thing just to be extra safe. So now I'm just gonna remove the spare and install the wheel that was on the front left, like crisscross. Install it on the right rear. This thing is a beast. So when you remove also the rear wheel, check the rotor, make sure it's smooth on both sides, but don't do it when it's hot. Look at the brakes, if you never did. You see this is the surface right here, touching the rotor. So I'm about this much. So there's still like this much left. Also check on the inside here, there's like a little window here. You see here, it's a good brake pads, original, 46,000 miles. The inner one, you have to look over here. Still we have some life left on these original brake pads. That's good. Everything looks nice and good. But this is the wheel that is humming, and I'm gonna replace the hub. Well, first I'm gonna rotate tires, but I'm also gonna replace this hub. Very easy. In order to do that, we have to remove these caliper pins, remove this bracket, take the rotor, and on the back we have 4 bolts, and that's it. Fairly easy. And this is a front wheel drive vehicle, so you do not have like axle protruding here. You don't see the axle not sticking out, so it should be fairly easy to do this job. But anyway, let's put the tire back on. So this is our front right. Also the rotors are smooth on both sides. I don't feel anything. They're in very good condition. On the inner pads, it's still pretty good, also 30%. So there's an even wear. They're wearing out evenly, as you see here. That's how thick it looks. Very nice. I'm pretty happy. And on the inside here, it's kind of dark, but you can also see the pad touching the rotor. So yeah, I'm not doing anything about these brakes over here. What is this? Let's put the spare and then flip-flop the tires. Also, when you're checking your tires, once you remove them, check for any nails here, any bulging on the side, anything, you know, like cracks. Make sure there are no cracks here. So all of these tires are good. This was my left rear one, which I'm putting on the front here. It looks great. No problem, looks like new. I'm gonna install it right now. I'm also gonna check this left rear pad, see how good it is. The rotor itself is smooth also, and also here, as you see the thickness. So yeah, this is a good brake pad. And also here, a lot of surface area. So all 4 brakes are wearing out nice and even. Sometimes what happens is these bolts here, these guiding bolts, they could seize up, and the brake pads will not be wearing out evenly, so that could be a problem. So when you do tire rotation, if you do it yourself, make sure you check all this. Make sure the rotors are smooth, make sure the pads are still good. It's very good to check everything. And I'm very impressed. These original brake pads, 46,000 miles, are pretty good. And if you do hear like squealing, sometimes these shims right here, these little metal hardware, they need to be replaced and like lubricated. But I don't need to do any of that. I'm just gonna put the tire back and just gonna drive around and listen for the humming sound. We do have tool like this Milwaukee impact wrench. This is super powerful. When you put the bolts back on, number one, you see, use number one just to go nice and easy, because this is a beast. And then you can just use torque wrench to torque them to like 80 foot-pound each. As you see here, I have my torque wrench, and if you want to do it properly, you can do it properly, torquing it. That's a big truck. You know, do it until it clicks. Done. Done. And that's it. Check all of the tires. So my dear friends, this is how you rotate tires. This is at least how I do it. I do cross pattern. This is how you check tires. Now you know. And now I'm just driving. Everything's fine, but I hear that humming noise from that corner. It's still there, even after I rotate the tires. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's there. Same story like on Toyota vans I had. Yep, I'm driving right now. You can hear it from the right corner, humming. So there you have it. That's gonna be the next video. I'm gonna change that hub assembly, and I'll show you how it is, how easy it is to do that. So guys and girls, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and subscribe.